Hello, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Trying to test my mic out here. I'm not actually doing anything. Audio input is not. Hello. Oh, there it goes. Okay, cool. Unless I accidentally pressed a button. All right, cool. Let me bring that up a little bit. I can only hear out of one ear. Oh, wait, there it goes. Okay, cool. Yeah, trying to monitor my microphone here. All right. Well, look at that. I think I got it working now. Awesome. Yeah, guys, I'm streaming again. I cannot sleep. I don't know why. Insomnia is fucking with me hard. So I figured I'd just fire up the old computer, do another stream. Okay, can you guys hear that fan blowing in the background? I don't know. I don't know if you can or not. Trying to get my microphone right here. I'm not used to listening to myself while I do this. Uh, yeah, we'll get to the stream here in a minute. Turn off this thanks for watching thing. We're not doing it right now. Okay, so hello, welcome to the stream. It is I, Don. The gain is way too high. There we go. That might be a little bit better. That might be a little bit better. I've been watching all the shit talking about Avengers Doomsday trailer on my YouTube, and I was just like, God damn, everybody's hating this trailer. I mean, I saw the trailer. I didn't think it was that great, but I didn't think it was that terrible either. I was really hoping for something a little more inspirational. You know, like the Avengers movies of old. I don't know. It's just a trailer, you know. It's not the end of the world. It'll probably change 15 times before it gets to the theaters anyway. All right, let me see if I can do this. Last time I did this, I played a little music. And some of you guys complained about my music. I like listening to music when I stream. I like listening to music when I draw. Let me see here. It's gonna do all that like that. Okay, yeah. So, and what I did was I downloaded a shit ton of music from the YouTube library that you can actually use that they won't strike you for because they're so gay and they love to do that. God, I am so out of practice in doing this shit. All right, let me see here. It's good. Like 11 hours of music. It's goofy. And that's just tip of the iceberg kind of thing. Right, hopefully this won't come blasting in. Oh, wait. That's playing on my outside speaker. Dang it, man. All right. What I want to do is go to, what am I connected to? I guess I go to the microphone. Is that what I would do? Okay, I can hear it now. Can you guys hear that? It's okay if you don't. Not everybody's a big fan of what I do. It's all good though. All right, so let me adjust the volume here. And I might EFAP a video later. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't even know how late I'm going to be up. I want to color this picture. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm feeling weird, guys. I'm feeling weird. Everything's so weird these days. All right. So, yeah, I feel like you guys can't really hear me. I mean, I like this new microphone, but I just feel like I got to be basically deep throating it. So I guess I'll sit up like a proper boy. Try to do this. Is Bubbles, by the way. Teenager, mega mission. Her powers are odd. She has the power to randomly generate, well, not randomly generate, she generates bubbles, plasma, energy bubbles, but they always have a random power to them. Now, this was very traumatic for her as a young teenager when her powers first manifested. She basically took her entire town out and really effed her up. That was the very first time the power of teleportation manifested. And she's been trying to replicate it ever since. That is the main that could be the main power. That's the one thing she does the most, but like 80% of the time when she generates these bubbles, it's always some kind of weird ass random power. Could be an explosive power, it could be I don't know, some other kind of power. It's usually random, like 80% of the time. But more often than not, out of that 80% of the time, she can teleport things. And that's what she's been training to try to get that back. That in other words, make that more of her actual power. Gee, Don, could you be a little less clear about all that? I don't know. I could try. You'd be like all the other writers out there and talk about a big line of bullshit about what their stuff is all about. All right, let me see if I can do this here. Get the microphone in my face. I'm going to push the microphone back. The one person that's watching, if you could tell me if you can hear me, then, that'd be great. Like, I can't really hear myself, but I got my microphone all the way up. Fuck it. I'll just leave it here, see what happens. All right. Let's do some color and let's say some baseline flats down. So yeah, her name is Danielle Wheeler. She's all of 16. And she is shaping up to be one of the main characters of my little book. Which isn't how I planned it. But the more I do this story, the further in depth I get into it, she's becoming a real powerhouse and a real big deal. God damn, I wish I could listen to some real music. You know what I mean? I guess that's what I have to do. I don't even know if you guys can hear it. I got these new glasses that I have on like a year ago, a year and change, almost 2 years ago. I got them like last February. And my eyes are still trying to get used to this stuff. Like, the doctor told me that my eyesight was getting better, which is weird because I'm 54. Shit should be going downhill by now, but it's not. At least not in the eyesight department. Everything else is falling apart. But and I'm not really complaining. It's just weird because it seems like now, where I was nearsighted, now it seems like I'm farsighted. I don't know. I guess I'm just weird. And yes, I know. I've been working on this goddamn comic book forever. I'm nowhere near making a dent in it. Everybody keeps asking the same thing. When's it going to come out? When's it going to come out? When are we going to see something? You'll see it when it gets done. I am not going to F it up by rushing it. I'm going to, this is my baby. This is my, this is the story I've always wanted to tell, I mean, I got lots of story ideas, but the Mega Mission is the thing I've always wanted to tell ever since I first saw Wildcats all the way back in 1991, 1992, something like that. Saw these awesome characters. I'm like, damn man, I want a team. I want to make my own team. I want my own superheroes. Why can't I do that? And ever since then, these characters have been kicking around in my head, trying to find a story to tell with them. I'm drinking a Fanta pineapple soda. I'm not supposed to be drinking sodas. But you know what? I don't care. Excuse me. I don't care right now. I'll pay for it later. I don't know, man. So, happy Tuesday, everybody. Early Tuesday morning. Looking out here, 3:44 in the morning, coloring a picture of a comic book character no one even knows. Probably no one even care about. But here I am, doing a damn thing anyway. Because I believe in what I do. I love what I do. I do. I love to draw. I love to make these comics and these characters and stuff. I mean, you have to love it to do it, right? You have to love it. Well, that is too dark for skin tone. There we go. That's a little better. You know, for copyright free music, this isn't too bad. It's got a beat to it. It's kind of peppy. Yeah. You know what? I've had about enough of this music already. Let's find somebody's video to watch. What do you say? It's just me and you out here. Yeah. Let's uh let's find somebody's video to watch. Let's be bad. Let's watch somebody else's stuff. Is anybody live right now? Is anybody on the YouTube? Anybody that I would dare watch right now? I'm probably the only retard of this though night on a Tuesday. Because I don't have a regular job right now. Man, that fan is loud behind me. I can turn my gain down, but I don't know if anyone's even hearing me. Let me see something real quick here. Oh, it's got my gain way up. That might be the problem. All right, so I got it on 60. Does that help? Do I sound different? Presence boost, whatever the hell that is. We'll keep it here for now. I don't know what it's going to sound like. And bump it up a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, that microphone come with an app. All right, let me see here. Let's go to home. Yeah, no, I'm not sharing my screen yet. Da, 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 da. Who do we want to watch? Something stupid. Something I can't get in trouble for. So many people are touchy these days. You put on my video. I didn't say you could put on my video. No, I'm mad about it. I will reach down from behind the scenes and I will strike you down with all of my power and prestige because you dare show some copyrighted material. See how I went total English there? Pretty cool. Uh, Marvel has the doomsday clock constantly going. Good lord, there's 500 people watching it right now. Oh god, what a waste of time. I found this guy. Let me hang on a second. Let me share the screen. Weston Chaplin, I think his name is. This guy is awesome. He is always yeah, here you go. Doing these weird shit with cars, man, and just effing things up. He's cool. I mean, he's cool, dude. You can watch that if you want to. I can't stand to watch anything Avengers Doomsday right now. I am doomsdayed out. Doomsdayed out, guys. It's all that's been playing today. It's been all over the socials. It's been all over TV. It's been all over YouTube. It's been making me crazy. Can't take it anymore. Did I hear boop? Oh shit! Hey Matt, what's up?
Hey man, nothing.
How you doing?
Having a day, doing all right.
Right? It's been a crazy day, man.
Dude, you're telling me. I just when I was on Katie did stream earlier,
Oh, dude, how great was that?
the stream was fantastic, but partway through it, I got an email from like the CEO of Caesars. Someone's been like messaging them about us being like a hate group and all this other crap and trying to get
What?
the convention pulled.
Oh lord.
They're not giving into it and whatnot, but I had to make like a press release statement for it. It's real stupid.
We're a hack group. We're not a hate group.
Well, it's like, like having to explain that it's based on comics and quality, and that there's plenty of people of different creeds, colors, and sexual orientations that exist within the movement.
It's so fucking dumb. You even got to
Yeah.
explain it.
Yeah. Well, I had to do it when I first got to Caesars because we were originally at the Borgata. So they got us thrown out of the Borgata, and I had to go through like the Bureau of tourism and events for
My
Atlantic
God.
City to get Caesars. And they're not the type of place that goes, but whoever this was, like, found the CEO of the whole freaking company and, like, got into their, like, I sent them a fax somehow.
The level of hate.
Yeah,
It's
stupid.
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 I'm going to ruin your comic book event. That's what I live to do.
Yeah, man, it's, fandom's a crazy place. I mean, like, I wish I knew who it was because, it's always interesting to me whether it's a fan or whether it's a pro who's, like, a jealous, crazy individual.
I don't think a fan would have done it.
Well, I mean, you have activist fans and stuff,
Oh yeah.
Like, think of, like, what happened with your boy Zach back in the day with, oh my God, I'm trying to remember the name of that freaking person who was, like, pretending to be a girl and found, like, doxed his kids and all that.
I wanted to say Dylan Mulvaney, but I don't think that was it.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's
Could've
Dylan
been.
I don't think that's the one. Shit. So, yeah, I'm just pretty much settling up all that stuff. And,
That's got to be a huge pain in the ass for you.
yeah, everything with this has been a pain in the ass. I just figure it's God testing me at this point.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out.
I mean, how much of a loser really do you got to be to be that I don't know, retarded, I guess,
Yeah, it's
to just try to cancel an event that you're. Uh, words escape me, dude.
yeah, it's
When it
not.
comes to stuff like that, it really is. It's troublesome.
Yeah, agreed, agreed.
It astounds me that people would do that.
Yeah, it's crazy to me because like they've won. Like we're pretty much out of the industry, right? Like
Yeah,
not working in any of the big companies, getting any press, and it's just independent stuff. And it's like, why? Like it's a small independent convention for independent comics. It's like, what purpose do you have
yeah. It's like,
other
damn, you
than to
guys
just
won
be?
already. Leave us alone. Shit. Let us have our thing.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I must destroy Comicsgate. You sons of bitches! You made fun of some girl drinking milkshake. You're terrible people. You want good comics. You're all bastards.
Yeah, it's funny too, because for as much as the like goofy, shock jock sexism stuff happens, they'll still, talk about when people make a good book. They'll still talk about Ann Nesenti in a good book. They'll still talk about, plenty of, like Lee Simonson stuff like that. It's just, I mean, Ethan's even talked about Gail Simone in a. Light up to a point.
That's hard to do.
Yeah, yeah. And
They
so,
Bleeding Cool had a article today about uh Whacker being the new EIC,
yeah.
and they had like reactions from all these different comic pros. And most people just had like a little paragraph or a sentence or something like that. Freaking Gail Simone wrote like 2 pages of shit. And it was all about how great she was.
Yeah, that's a Gail Simone thing.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I'm like the biggest Birds of Prey fan, and like I loved
Oh,
her
me
whole run
too,
on
dude.
that.
Back in the day, she was the shit. Like she was writing big time. Good stuff.
Yeah, but it's just man, the behind the scenes politics crap like eats
But
me
she has
alive,
single
man.
handedly destroyed the X-Men, dude. Like this whole new,
Now she didn't single handedly destroy it.
well, maybe
It
not
was
single handedly. I'm
Vita
sure she had help.
Ayala single handedly destroyed
Yeah.
it.
But this
She
whole after Krakoa thing that they were going to do, it's I had hopes and then I got it like the first issue and I was like, well, I guess I'm done with the X-Men now.
honestly, Marvel's biggest issue, in my opinion, with the X-Men has been anytime maybe it's all their books. Anytime something works, they never give it enough time.
Yeah, it's pretty much all the books now.
And well, it's like, back in the day, if something worked really well, even if it was like a crossover into something, they would just keep going with it. They would like, oh, like, Kingpin, Spider-Man, Daredevil, that kind of stuff. It's like
Mhm.
if a character had, legs and fans liked it and it was selling books, they would keep it. And I feel like even when their books these days, the few that end up becoming interesting to read happen, it's like over and done, and the thing that was enjoyable about it is already gone. Like I think I can't remember if it was your stream or Omer's or something, but I think like the last interesting thing they did with the X-Men since the Krakoa era started was when Emma Frost ended up with Tony Stark.
When did that happen? I missed that.
Oh man, yeah, it was for like 2 years. It's it stopped now, but yeah, pretty much like Krakoa gets destroyed,
Mm.
and like all the people are going to ground and looking to fight whoever did it, and Emma Frost ends up creating an alternate identity, and Tony Stark saves her,
Mm-hmm.
and she like pretends to be like with an alternate identity, she pretends to be like his girlfriend, and they get married so he can protect her,
Wow.
and then like they actually end up working fantastic together. Like their synergy with it, the plot was really cool. And then it's like, all right, now the plot's done. She's back to being like some weird bigot, and and then she leaves them, and then we're done. And I'm just like, why would you not keep that going? Like Tony Stark's been so stale in his own book in terms of like his supporting cast for so long since they introduced Ironheart.
Oh
It's
God,
like
Ironheart.
the
Forgot about
worst part, in
that.
my opinion, of Ironheart, besides herself, was what happened to his whole supporting cast. They like kind of all pulled away from him and fed into her.
Yeah,
And
isn't that when he supposedly died? They turned him into an AI or something.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, so that, they just don't let the stuff breathe, and then it seems like anytime fans gravitate towards something, they actively fight against it and almost hate the fact that fans liked it. It's like, well, it's not what we expected you to like, like the Peter Parker Mary Jane stuff for the longest time, and so they did Ultimate Spider-Man again, and they
Yeah.
had him with her, and it like was their number one selling book for like almost the whole run up until they killed Peter Parker off. And it's like, yeah, it works. It's almost like fans like that. It's almost like,
Wait,
there
they
were
killed him off in the new Ultimate one they're doing too?
yeah. So they
Oh my god, dude.
evil Reed Richards destroys him. I think he comes back at the end, but the book runs over with. They use like the main event to kill him off and then wrap up his book. And it like the sales dropped once they did it. But
You do
it's
like to make Peter suffer. That's for sure.
well, it's you can make him like like I hate that concept that like Peter always has to suffer, because to me, like it wasn't exactly like that for the longest time. Like there were like horrible shit would happen, but it would come like naturally through interesting plots and like either his character flaws or the people around him.
Yeah.
And it just seemed natural, but there was always some positive payoff that was coming. Like if he lost something really brutally, like emotionally, there was a big victory on the other side of the character that was happening. Like, oh, he beats the bad guy, but then he's losing friends, and then it's like the bad guy whoops his ass and he's broken, but the girl's there to pick him up. And it just seems like they it's weird too, because I don't exactly hate Mary Jane Venom like I thought I would, but I don't hate it.
Oh, I think that's the dumbest thing ever.
It's no, the fact they came up with it's dumb, but I actually kind of there's just parts of it that I kind of liked, especially once they made her look effeminate and stop looking like a giant, like Hulk. But like there's some good crossover dialogue between like her as a victim, who they like they it bonds with her, and they just don't even touch on the fact of how much she was tormented by the original Venom.
That's
Like,
crazy though.
but then they did finally, and like that's like how it ends up, how they finally end up bonding and becoming like a good team, is her like going through all that shit and kind of showing the thing, like just there's you have this desire and weird twisted emotional need for him and stuff, but look at all this horrible crap you've done to the point where like the people you want won't even are repelled by you. And then it like touches back to her child abuse stuff when she was young, and then like it works together, like it worked kind of, other than the fact that they did it just to make sure she couldn't be with Peter again.
God damn, just let them be together, guys.
But I don't know, man. I'm still a firm shipper of Peter Black Cat. That's always been.
Oh yeah, they were good together.
It was Kevin Smith's book that made me really like them together. Where, mind you, he did the like rape backstory, which I'm not super fond of, but I liked they did something that I see happen in real life a lot, where you'll see people and they get together and it's not the right time of their lives. One of them is not mature enough to be with the other, and then after he saves her from ODing on heroin and all the other crap from the villain and Evil That Men Do, it's like they meet up and it's like they both kind of come to terms with like their own stupidity from when they first tried to be a part of each other's lives, and it ends on a healthy note. And I'm like, see, that right there should have continued into like his next big relationship. That should have been it. Oh, yeah. And instead it was like, nah, she's gonna sleep with Daredevil in front of him. She's gonna straight up cuck him. So who are you working on?
Bubbles. Okay. I'm doing the character sheet for Bubbles. In my comic, I'm going to give everybody a character sheet.
That's a smart move. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who I want to do some more design work for. I got 2 femme fatales. I'm trying to figure out which one I need to work on more.
Femme fatales are fun to work on.
Well, so I got here. I'll just try to hold it up to the screen. Can you see that?
Yeah, hang on. I'll make it big.
Yeah.
If I can find my mouse, there it is.
Yeah.
Who's that?
So that's the Velvet Viper.
Oh, damn, dude. I like that design.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like there needs to be more to it because I really like this element here with her here.
Like the brooch?
Yeah, I like that element, and then I just feel like, hold on, like the midriff area here. I'm not sure I like it completely because I kind of have this like it looks like an open snake mouth almost.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah, so I kind of like that, and then I'm not sure I like the devices I have on her. I have to tweak the designs on those because she's like got basilisk DNA in her, and pretty much not turn into like a serpent monster that like literally like breathes death. She has to like pretty much keep something to keep it in check. But I'm
That's
just
pretty cool.
yeah, I'm trying. And then the other one is Hero. This is Vanaheim.
Hang on a sec.
I'm just not sure which one I want to work on right yet.
Oh, wow, dude.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah. I have to do a little more. I don't like.
You said her name is Vanaheim?
Yeah.
I like that.
So she's how do I say her backstory quickly? She's because my world's like kind of cyberpunk esque. It's like Art Deco cyberpunk, and she pretty much was part of this like mob family way back when, and they like from the moment they like literally bred her into existence. Like they run like a sex trafficking trade in the future, which gets crazy because there's like modifications on levels that today we just couldn't even hope to achieve. And so they like literally had like the perfect woman with the right genetics and genetic modification, and they kind of bred her to be like the ultimate like escort. And they would like keep her like locked in like one of their penthouses, and there's like a gilded cage, and eventually heroes over the time rescued her in the past. And long story short, she ends up getting superpowers, and her powers are that she can make clones of herself. They don't go away. They're always there. And everything one of her clones learns and can do, she can do. And like, so her powers at first are like, very minimal. Like she can kind of swap consciousness between her clones. So like, it'll just be like in a storage container waiting to do nothing. And then when enough time passes, and she gets to the point where she is in the actual story. She's kind of the leader of the interim leader of the superhero team, the Creed. She she's like learned all this tactical, like she's so not the would-be call girl that they sent her to be. She's genuinely just like a real badass black ops person who has like a legion of herself. So Vanaheim, where the Valkyries are from, she's her own legion. That's kind of her whole thing.
Is that your character?
Yeah. These are all my characters.
I love the background, man. The background story. I love that.
Yeah, it's for when this convention's done, I'll be making quick headway on it. It's called Undeniable. It's
nice.
let me get my log line. It's pretty much a supervillain and superhero who open a detective agency for superhero and supervillain cases specifically, because they pretty much can guarantee that like people's identities are protected and they have enough clout with both sides. And so it's Battlefront, who used to be like the biggest superhero in the world. He used to be a part of the Creed, and he broke and fell under his own fame, pretty much got ousted from his own family. Is like a deadbeat dad who's trying to, like, he loves his kids more than anything, but he's like kind of failing. And then his only friend still is the greatest killer on earth, Killer Whale, as he's monikered. But
Killer Whale.
yeah, here, let me see. I think I have a pic of him somewhere. I definitely do. I just gotta find it. I have a lot of pics of him, actually. It's my favorite character to draw. Might take me a hot minute. None of my stuff's in order right now. Just kind of threw my bag down and went walking. Oh god! Watch him just not be in this pile at all. That's what's gonna happen. Nope. Oh, you know what? I can pull them up on my iPad. I was working on Procreate, one of them.
You like working on Procreate?
I'd like it better if I could use a big tablet instead of this fucking thing.
You know, they're developing it for Mac.
Yeah. They need to develop it for other things. Where are we? There we are. All right. The guy is killer well.
Damn. I like that.
Yeah. So he's a kinetic energy vampire.
Nice.
He was pretty much like, think like the League of Shadows and like Batman. He was snatched by them at like a young age, only because the lead assassin couldn't bring himself to kill him. He looked too much like his dead son.
Oh, wow.
And they just expect like they couldn't trust him to be a like, you know, I always thought that was the stupidest thing in Batman, where it's like why would you like think that this guy, you know, who has so much willpower and stuff would, you know, follow your mission or even keep your secrets? You know, it's like it's dangerous. Where so they pretty much just experiment on him like horrifically. They just use him. Like the guy can't kill him, but he can like pretty much turn him over and forget about him. And he like dies 13 times and keeps coming back somehow. And
shit,
each
dude.
time it's like different super soldier type formulas, different like changes to his genome, regeneration type stuff, vampiric things, stuff like that. And he somehow like something in him just keeps him from not dying. Like he just can't, you know, it's the superhero, it's the willpower.
It's too damn hungry to die.
And yeah, he eventually kills them down to the last man, like obliterates all of them. They're dead. And in a night, he goes from a nobody to a legend. He kills the whole organization to the man of the greatest killers on earth, the boogeyman of boogeymen. And in reality, he's still like a nerd from the city who's now Arrested Development and never had a life. And so he's trying to pick up the pieces and find a normal life. Like he doesn't want to be this. He wants to be normal. He wants to be a good person, you know, but his past kind of haunts him. And the only person who gives him a chance is Battlefront. And so they open a detective agency together, both trying to pick up the pieces of their lives. And when a Killer Whale's exes comes and pretty much gives them a case to clear her name from a horrible supervillain heist that went wrong that she was a part of, but not responsible for. And they get pulled into a whole world of bullshit. So I'm just trying to figure out if I should work on Vanaheim or if I should work on Velvet Viper right now.
I like them both.
Good. That's a good sign. I'm just not sure, man.
I get like that too. I have so many freaking characters I gotta do character shoots for. I'm like, damn it, who do I want to work on today?
Yeah. My problem is I'm at that point where like all the characters I really like working on, I'm done with that part, and I need to get like my supporting cast of people like up to snuff. But I actually really like the Velvet Viper character, but I just hit like roadblock after roadblock with her. Let's see. Oh my god, everything is so close.
I just realized that it's not green. That's great.
What, the color you're using?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to keep me on big anymore.
Oh shit, I wasn't paying any attention to.
Like, people really want to see me go fight my multi-liners out of my bags and stuff. Like,
Hey, what's up, Will?
Gentlemen.
hey, what's going on, man?
Oh, you know, not sleeping.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
I was all ready to head back, maybe watch a movie or something, get sleepy, and it just didn't happen.
Them's the breaks, man.
Yeah.
Where the fuck? Oh,
But I was listening to you guys. I was your one viewer on YouTube there for a little bit.
Oh, I appreciate that.
And I thought it might be time to take you down to 0 viewers.
Cool.
And join the panel. I'm working on a little something for Michael Ferraro here. I'll go ahead and share it.
Oh, for Cool It, right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is fun.
Oh, damn. You got a whole cast of characters going on, man.
Yeah, he's got so freaking many.
Well, he's got, so this is the White Spider Gang, you know, and they bad girls. And he's like, he wanted to do an oversized bookmark. So like a bookmark that would go, it would cover like most of a page anyway. So I decided to draw all 8 of them lined up having cigarettes.
I like it, man.
Yeah. But now I'm playing with their outfits a little bit, you know, because he's got them all wearing more or less the same athletic wear, martial arts stuff, because it's like Cobra Kai meets
Street Fighter
and yeah.
Cobra Kai.
Sexy ladies.
I always felt he has so much art of them compared to all his other characters. I always felt like his book should just be them.
About them. Yeah. But apparently his main character like used to be part of their team or something like that. So they factor heavily into the plot regardless.
Gotcha. Will, tell me which one of these I need to work on.
The multiple lady.
Okay. Anaheim it is. Cool.
But yeah, I'm going to knock this out and then get back to Revenant Steel. I'm going to try to have the preview pages like lettered here in the next like week.
You doing the lettering?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, if you're able to, if you're able to get some pages done, you can put like a little ash can together, maybe.
That's the point, because I'm going to be at Fans Fest.
Yeah, bring it there and then push. Have like a link to support you and sign up for news. Yeah,
I'm going to get the signups going. Me and Dr. Ben are going to be hanging out, so it'll be Revenant Steel and Van Piglet sharing a table.
Yeah, dude, I would love to go to Fans Fest, but it's just not in the cards for me this time.
Yeah, no, man, you should be there. It's honestly there for people like you, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a whole logistics thing going on with Mama Donna and
oh, you're telling me
money.
You're telling me.
Yeah,
I still have to hold off on like the plane tickets for a couple people just because of the prices right now, man. It's fluctuating so hard. I'm just like, hopefully they can get this Iran thing dealt with and airplane tickets won't cost triple the price.
I don't know, man. I'm starting to lose faith with all that shit.
Let's put together a crack team. Let's go take this straight to Hormuz. All right. Me and you. 2 guys could do it, you know. The army is having a lot of trouble.
Sounds like a Mike Barron story.
Mm-hmm. I guess we're going to need him along because, he's going to be the one to know what to do.
Honestly, we should have blown those fuckers to Kingdom Come a long time ago. Just took it over.
Well, you seen the stuff that happened today?
No, I haven't been following.
Oh, man. Yeah, we did. We, like, them and Tehran, we, like, destroyed. I think we killed the leader of all of Hamas or whatever in Tehran and everything. Just blew it to hell. And apparently they supposedly just announced that the strait's completely open. Like, we just destroyed every military base they had, like, above ground, and just collapsed stuff.
Nice.
That'll be good, man. We can finally get a nice little Rothschild-controlled central bank in that country. They can join the rest of the world. You know, Cuba's next. You know,
yeah, Cuba. All you gotta do is go in there.
Yeah, right. It's that simple.
So the Cuba situation would have been done by now, but effectively, the Castro in power wants to, effectively have some say in stuff. Like he wants to step down, he wants to turn it over, but he like wants something out of it for himself, for like control, and we were pretty much
he wants
just
a
like,
balloon
no.
payment. That's what he
Hell
wants.
yeah.
So yeah, they're turning it over for.
He wants a
Democratic
condo in
stuff.
Miami.
Well, I think he's broke too. I think he needed some type of like assurance. But I think, like we were saying, like no Castro can ever be in power or something again.
Mm.
So Bubble, because she kind of has like a nebula thing going on her outfit there. What's her power?
Okay, well, the thing about her is she is in training to try to develop her powers better.
Okay.
And right now, she has the ability to generate these plasma energy bubbles, but most of the time when she generates the bubbles, they have a random power to them, a random effect. She can never predict the outcome. I would say about 25% of the time, she can teleport things, and that's what they're shooting for. She's trying to get that power under control. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's kind of her deal. She's just trying to be better at it. She's just a teenager. I know I drew her with big breasts, and I tend to do that with all of my friggin' girl heroes.
Oh, she's a teenager. Make her skinnier.
No.
Go the Michael Turner route.
No.
No, that's the Michael Turner route, right? You're a
for your
teenager,
age.
just make everything thinner and keep the breasts the same size. Supergirl.
I love Michael Turner's art, but I cannot draw like that guy. I've tried.
Oh, and him and Silvestri, they're like, my pillars.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, I'm a huge fan of Art Adams.
Art Adams is the shit.
He's the pillar of my my influences, and then of course you got Jim Lee in there, Silvestri, Turner, some Jerome Pena. His work on Avengers was just freaking amazing, and that X-Force title he did was good too.
Yep.
I love McFarlane. I just like good art, dude. But a lot of my stuff comes from the 90s.
Yep. Yeah.
I kind of fell out of love with comics for a long time. Once I discovered girls, and I didn't really get back into comics until I was on Liberty in Hawaii. Just coming back from the Gulf, and I saw the new X-Men on the racks.
Okay.
Jim Lee X-Men. And I was like, holy shit, dude, are you serious? These are comic books now?
Yeah, it definitely changed the game when they had all those guys together, and they were just like, oh, that worked, like I'm gonna do that, and they just all started incorporating each other's styles, and they just made that sick kinetic art.
I just couldn't believe it. It was like compared to what I grew up on, and you got to respect the masters, okay? But compared to what I grew up on, that shit was stale, dude. That shit was stale. The dynamicism of the Image Boys just blew me away. Still does. It's unmatched. It's unparalleled.
Well, it's funny because I find like mid 2000, like not mid 2000, early 2000s Top Cow was like the shit. I felt like it's just the book titles in Top Cow never sell particularly super well.
Yeah, essentially.
But like Turner, Rocafort.
Rocafort got started on Top Cow, really?
Oh my god, yeah, dude! One of my favorite books, Madame Mirage.
Huh.
He did Hunter Killer, Madame Mirage, Cyberforce.
Yeah, I remember him doing Cyberforce. I didn't know that's where he got his start, though.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he worked in some other places, but that's like where he like started to blow up, and then he pretty much did his run there. And then I can't remember if he went to Marvel or DC first, but I know he had a bunch of big runs on DC that just weren't great writing. Like he did Red Hood and the Outlaws, which got a lot of flack because Starfire was horny. And
oh yes, I remember that.
And then they gave him Lobo, and they're like, make him look like Twilight.
I think that was an editorial decision. I don't think.
No, it was. Yeah, it wasn't his decision. Yeah, I think Ethan talked about it.
I remember when that came out. I was like, I think I saw that in Wizard magazine, and that they said the new Lobo. I'm like, that's not Lobo.
Well, my problem with it was they had him kill the real Lobo. Like the first issue was him killing the other one, and then it was like a Lobo war, and it's like that's stupid.
That's not Lobo. That's Labia. That's Twitter. Yeah, it's kind of sad to admit, but I don't really read comics that much anymore. I pick up the random issue online because I don't have any comic shops near me. I try to support what indies I can, But as far as the mainstream stuff, man, like I checked out a long time ago.
Yeah, I think what was it like? I've always been into comics. I never really stopped because pretty much from when I was a kid, because I think every time I was about to stop, something like pretty awesome happened. Like I almost stopped, then Batman Hush came out, and then
I think that was the last time I actually bought, and I was excited to buy a comic,
Yeah. And then
the first Hush, not this last thing.
No, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, the original Hush run. And so that was really cool, and every kids and people who in my area that made people who thought comics were dumb actually second, like everyone like that, girls like that, guys like that, everyone just were like, oh, that's so cool. And I just remember sitting there because Christopher Nolan's Batman movies were coming out and stuff, and it all lined up well. And then college, I stopped for a little bit, and then after college, I was down in Florida, and I went to go help take care of my grandmother. And my grandmother loved to read, and we go to Barnes and Noble, and that's where I noticed oh my god, there's a comic book section of graphic novels, and I got pulled into the whole Ultimate X-Men and Ultimate Spider-Man run. And so
I love those too.
Yeah, I went ham on that until it, Ultimate Universe died. Then the last stuff I really read and collected, because I loved American Vampire was awesome. And then before Scott Snyder became was a raving lunatic, or known as a raving lunatic. But it's just one of those things where I think the last thing Marvel did well was Dark Reign, Dark Avengers. That was the last time I was.
Oh yeah, you know what? That wasn't that bad.
No, that was great, man. So I always use that as an example for just how bad Captain Marvel is now, because they had all the villains take over the main books, somewhat. I think Peter Parker's was still just him on the run, but Moonstone became Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
And she was her book was so freaking good. She, because she's a sociopath and all this other stuff. And, she's saving people and pulling a Homelander, she's taking them up and doing the photo op and then flying them off and just dropping them to their death somewhere because she doesn't want to deal with them. But as it continues to unfold, she starts to really like how everyone likes her, and actually sets out to be a real hero and get public opinion and stuff on her side. And it got so good because by the end of it, she pretty much was doing things right. But then Carol Danvers comes back and pretty much just unravels her whole everything, psychologically, back to why she became like she was and had the Moonstone, why she was a evil Hannibal Lecter therapist woman, and that whole thing. And it kind of ends with Carol Danvers giving her a do better moment. And then literally they're all right, we're gonna relaunch Miss Marvel into Captain Marvel. And then it was just oh, from that moment on, just all the characters looked disgusting and ugly. And
then they gave her a band leader's uniform.
Well, it was like her first run. Like I had that, and it was like I guess like I didn't think it was awful, but I didn't think it was good because it just seemed like it was setting stuff up, you know.
Yeah.
And then it just all went nowhere, and it just got worse and worse, and was just so awful. By the time that first arc was done, it was just like, oh man, she's just like everything sucks. And then I stopped reading comics, not because of that book, but because like every book started being like that. Like I was so happy when Angela came over, and then they're like, no, she's like dating a trans person, and she's a lesbian.
Oh, is that what they did with her?
Yeah.
All that shit about getting the character, and then they just F it up like that.
Well, it started really well. It'd make a great Marvel movie.
It was supposed to be like she was going to be Thor's sister or something.
She is Thor's sister, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So pretty much the 10th realm of heaven took Odin's daughter and raised her to hate and want to kill him. And Odin sealed that realm off because it was just too powerful and too deadly. And she gets out and effectively, you know, by the end of the first part with the Guardians of the Galaxy, she becomes a good guy. And it's like Loki, Thor, and her trying to run Asgard together. And so like Loki's an agent, she's an assassin, and Thor's the king. And it was like a really good dynamic. And then they just like right after Guardians of the Galaxy, they just had her go from like, oh, that's Angela that everyone knows from Spawn and how she acts, to just you know, like a lesbian power fantasy.
Ugh.
Yeah, she ended up in hell as the ruler with like a undead trans woman or something as her girlfriend.
I never understood why they had to bring sexual politics in the comic books.
Yeah, part of me thought maybe like it was a Neil Gaiman choice to like slight the character so Todd, you know, like as a fuck you to Todd.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, dude.
Yeah.
I think one of the last, right around the time I got into the Ultimate line, it was like the early aughts. And I got really big into Rising Stars. I remember that. J. Michael Straczynski.
Yep.
And was Silvestri drawing it, or was it Finch or somebody else?
I think it was Finch.
Yeah, I got big into that for.
Oh, he was the other Top Cow guy, David Finch. Oh my god.
Yeah.
There we go.
And then I couldn't find it anymore. So.
Yeah.
All right, let me see here. Kind of color background I want to give her. Oh, don't know.
Oh man, I do not think the art is with me today.
I was going through that earlier today.
Well, it's like such a simple pose I'm trying to replicate here. I should really just put it through my scanner instead of trying to look at a picture of my own shit on the side. But you know, I kind of want her to have the like one leg crossed over, like, you know, power walk.
Oh yeah, like a runway walk.
Yeah, and I'm just like, it's not it's not working for me right now, man. That's always the case whenever I really want to draw. It's just like, nope.
I just got done redoing this one on the end here's posture. I had her kind of like a Western theme almost, but I'm rethinking it. I'm rethinking her outfit. But redoing her pose real quick.
Man, I have so many freaking stories I want to get out there as books, and it's just not enough time.
Tell me about it. I'm just going to tell people when I'm funding Revenant Steel, like, look, if you want me to make these things quicker, you have to give me money to quit my job.
Right.
Okay? It's the only way.
So I have this thought, right, that I kind of want to do is I think I'm going to make like a short story, not the main story, but like maybe a character backstory or something. Like if I was doing Undeniable, it'd be like I'd probably start with Killer Whale's backstory, and I'd because you know I could do that like short, tell it in like 10 pages type of thing, and I would make it available as a free read online. for the campaign, so I can actually show people, like, look, man, like, you may not, like, people are disheartened or you're not sure what to back. Read this, read the writing, look at the art.
Yeah.
And if you want more of it, if you want to, just see how far, and and I feel like that might be a good way for people to get some of their backing for books up.
Well, I'm thinking when I do the sign up, right, you give me the email and you're going to receive a free digital version of the preview, like the first 8 pages lettered, that way.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You got long-term plans for Revenant still? Like more than one issue?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I'm basically like, okay, how quickly can I tell the story of this war? So I want it to go to, because my whole problem with Game of Thrones is that the long winter lasted half an episode, and I wanted this undead army to get all the way to King's Landing, at least.
That's everyone's problem with it. I get it. They did an hour and a half long, they did a movie for the episode, but it was still just like.
And it was a terrible movie.
Yeah, it was just an episode. Well,
why would you put the trenches behind your people? Like, it was such a thoughtless war plan.
It just also wasn't clearly what George R.R. Martin's like real vision for that was. You could just tell, like, there was. I mean, you don't even have to tell anymore. He's talked about it in interviews, but
yeah, it did not live up to expectations, to say the least. So I'm like, okay, if I have 4 major battles and like a whole bunch of stuff happen in between them, I have already decided, because initially I was going to do a 60-page first issue for the first battle.
Yeah.
But now I'm cutting that in half and saying, okay, there's going to be a big hook. The battle's going to be in 2 parts, But I'm trying to basically have the main characters accept their reality. I want there to be some sense of closure by the end of the first issue and like excitement for the next issue, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So this first issue, you're going to get to know the main dude, the undead, who rises, he's going to have a flashback to when he was alive, who he was in life, and then who he is choosing to become in death, right? So you're going to have sort of an emotional closure / whatever by the end of the first issue. Then the second issue, we can keep rolling, find out more about the human character, the boy who was the rat killer, whose, town is being
dealt with.
dealt with by demonic forces, and then he's going to, by the end of that issue, be resolute in what he's going to do, which is oppose this, right? And make his decisions on how he's going to do that, which is going to be following along with my Perry the Paladin character, who is the guy that shows up and is trying to handle shit.
I'm digging it, man.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest with you. I hadn't really looked at your stuff till the night you were on stream with us on the studio.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, this fucking Will guy can draw his ass off, man.
Yeah, I mean, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. No, I mean, I was just like, I was kind of taken aback.
I was very good very early on. Like, I made my first comic when I was 5 years old, and then I'm not making my second one until I'm 40. I might be 41 when Revenant Steel comes out, but
see, I've always had this problem where I work really well when I have other people to bounce off of. Like, I don't mean idea wise, I mean like in terms of making progress towards doing stuff.
Yeah.
And my whole life with comics, when it's come to trying to work on one, I've always like wanted to, it's like, maybe I'll do the art or I'll do the writing, and I want to work
Yeah.
with this person. And it's like never worked out, primarily because people in this industry are, scummy.
That
Be
is
like, but yeah, it's just, it's probably stopped me from making so many things.
dude. I need more fingers and toes that are currently available to anybody on planet Earth to count the amount of times I have encountered bad seeds in the independent comic book medium,
Mm.
or just people who will start off wanting to work with you or something, and then I don't know. Some people lose their friggin' mind.
See, I'm starting off as I can't work with anybody. And that's part of why I'm not currently working in comic books. Like me making a comic book is like kind of about fixing my whole life in a way, because I was so talented so early, but I didn't want to do anything that was hard. Like everything was so easy that it's like the minute I tried to actually help somebody make, like there was the dude who ran my local comic book shop, and he's at cons all the time. His name's Tom Chalemi. But he runs a few comic book shops on the East Coast, and he had scripts, and he gave me one of his scripts, and I was like, medical equipment, like, like I didn't want to learn shit. You know what I mean? I just wanted to be good. So I didn't make anything of myself. I went into culinary school instead.
Well, that's noble.
And I did, it's hard work. I don't know, man.
I got a cousin that went to culinary school and ended up being a detective.
Right.
Go figure.
Yeah, when you work in culinary, man, you have no holidays, no family time. You work like an animal, near the end of it, man. Like actually pretty much almost everywhere. The only time it wasn't like that was when I was doing global training for Cheesecake Factory. And where I would work like, I'd be in at work at like 10, and
Yeah.
I'd be there till like 1, 2 in the morning, rinse and repeat every day, 6 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you work every holiday. You don't get
Yeah.
time off with your family.
That's
So
what it is.
Vacations once in a blue moon if you're lucky, and even then it's a fight.
And I started thinking to myself, I made such a huge mistake in not trying hard and doing something I knew I was good at, because I'm looking at what they're producing. Because I made peace with the fact that I wasn't going to go to, because I was thinking as a teenager, I'm like, I'm going to go to the Kubert School.
I'll do that.
Yeah, that was my plan, dude.
Yeah.
It was my plan until I was homeless.
Yeah, well, I got like dissuaded away from that like so hard by people. I met a dude who was like, I went to the Kubert School and now I work at a Target. So good fucking luck.
Dude,
Wow.
it's like always one of the things when you're young is you don't understand talent,
Yeah.
So it's like you talk to people. There were so many people. I lived in the town where, I still live close to it, but it moved. I lived in Rockaway. I was 5 minutes from the Kubert School, and I took supplemental classes with people, but there's so many people I know from there that did nothing with themselves. But if you actually look at what they're capable of and what they were doing, you could kind of look back on it and go, oh, they were never going to end up anywhere.
Yeah.
As opposed to, now it's like, oh, I can look at Andy Smith. I can look at Shane Davis. I can look at all these people that were, there and from it.
And I didn't, I was so retarded. I grew up thinking I was so good because I was so good at, and drawing was like my only real talent, and talking.
Yeah.
And eventually I just had to be like, I'm actually a bit of a retard. You know what I mean? When it comes right down to it, like,
Preaching to the choir, buddy.
And everybody suffers because of it, because, I could have been there to stop Game of Thrones from sucking. Who knows?
I think you're putting too much pressure on yourself now.
Well, also, it's like, I don't know if it was like this for you, but like when I was in school and drawing, man, like, every person under the sun that I went to school with is telling me how great I am and how good I am.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember the first time I got an in-school suspension. Stupid reasons, whatever. And I'm in there, and there's like all these other kids, and we're all just sitting there, and everyone's bored and not doing shit. One guy's mouthing off to the teacher, has to watch over us, and I just sit there and I start drawing because what else am I gonna do? And then the guy next to me is like, "Oh, can you draw this anime character?" Yeah, sure, I can draw Trunks from Dragon Ball Z. Draw him out. Oh my god, that's so good, teacher. Shut the hell up. And it just goes from there, and then it's very few and far between where if you're at a certain level where people in your vicinity, like everyone's just like praising you, you feel great, you feel great with your work. But once you go to like the industry where everyone's work's great, everyone's good, everyone's refined, a lot of people, like even in this space and like CG, they come in and they hit that wall where people are just like, that's not a good looking book,
right.
And then they're like, oh, and like it shatters their world. And yeah, man, that's a hard piece to get over. I mean, hell, man, I cannot tell you how many Comic Cons I've tabled at New York, Same thing, man. You feel great until you're in Artist Alley and everyone's got great art and stuff and whatnot.
And I made peace with the fact that I wasn't producing anything because I'm like, dude, more interested people are doing it. You know what I mean? Like my first girlfriend was so positive she was going to be an animator. She worked she poured hours and hours into her work. And she was, she would get frustrated a little bit that, I had to teach her how to draw feet because she just couldn't figure it out.
It's a hard thing to teach somebody, honestly.
Yeah, and she's, it's kind of funny because one of her most popular pieces on her DeviantArt ended up being something that she just painted over my stuff. You know what I mean? Like it was this wolf character that she was doing like D&D character sheets for her friends or whatever, and she couldn't figure out how to do this wolf anatomy quite right. And I'm just like, here you go. You know what I mean?
Let the big dog show you.
Yeah, let me just show you this real quick. But she went to RISD, and she ended up working in the main, working for Disney, working for the bigger and smaller animation studios, doing Adult Swim and stuff like that. But
my good friend Jimmy worked for Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Worked on Super Jail. Yeah, he worked for Titmouse. So he worked on
Titmouse,
Super Jail.
Yeah, that's where she worked.
And then he worked on what's that? Some like one season only, like crazy twisted metal animated show. Detroit Motor City is what it's called. Yeah,
maybe I forget what shows she was working on, but anyway,
Titmouse did most stuff on Adult Swim, so it's yeah.
But at the end of the day, she doesn't have good ideas like me. At the end of the day, when God was deciding who was going to be the talented people with good ideas and magic in their fingertips, I was chosen and I turned away. I said, no, God, I don't want to do anything hard, okay? I'm pretty sure I can scratch out a living doing easy shit, like cooking. Taking care of people and being nice. Shaking cocktails.
Yeah.
But the world suffers because we got fucking, like I stopped reading comic books in 2012 because I saw how the writing was going. It was like the New 52 stuff was happening. But then
I forgot about that.
I was just like, my Superman died, I guess. The Superman that I grew up with, my DC universe that started with Man of Steel, now it's over. And I can bow out. I don't have to spend $30 a week anymore on comic books.
That's all you were spending was $30 a week.
That's all I was spending was $30 a week.
2012. That's probably spending 50 to 75 a week, something like that.
Yeah. I could easily blow a C note in a comic book store.
No, I mean I could, but I had the books I liked reading.
Back in the day. Now
I spent more on HeroClix, frankly.
My friend Kyle designs those.
I never got into collectibles. So weird.
Yeah. I was running I decided what day a week it was going to be because I knew everybody who was doing the tournaments and stuff like that. So every Thursday running HeroClix events.
Yeah, my friend Kyle is like the designer for NECA and all their games.
Yeah.
And so his job was to literally read comics and watch TV shows. He'd be like, if they did something for Yu-Gi-Oh, he would have to go watch the episodes and then like compile it
Oh man, what
to
a
make sure
bummer.
whatever they were doing made sense. No, his job was.
Well,
I'm actually so pissed because I wanted to get NECA for the Fans Fest, and so I like reached out to him the other day. I'm like, hey man, like you still with NECA, right? And he's like, no. And I'm like, wait, what? And he pretty much when COVID happened and work from home was the thing, he was like one of the first people who like realized he could like utilize AI and have it do like 6 jobs at once for him.
Oh geez.
And so he was making like over $1 million like real quick. And he's smart, so he just invested it and put everything into CDs, and he's pretty much retired and just floating on like, you know, his what do you call it? The passive income.
My boy's wicked smart.
Yeah.
That's another thing, passive income, because someone sat me down for an Amway interview thing, and they're like, what are your dreams? What do you want to do? And that's when I'm like, I realized like the
so I can
dream,
manipulate you.
the dream, you want me to say traveling. You want me to say that the dream is to have, you know, the money so that I can have time. Time is what I need to do all the things that make me happy. What I want to do is make a comic book. Okay. That's the calling. That's the dream.
You want me to say all this wonderful stuff, but my dream, my real dream, is to just not be broke.
Right.
Yeah. Well, comics is a hard thing to do that with, man.
What if it's your destiny? You know, what if it's the only way? What if you're like, oh man, I'm turning away from it because it's hard and this and that. But it turns out that that's really what I'm supposed to be doing. It's what I need to be doing.
For me, it's like the one creative venture I've wanted to do more than anything my whole life. And it's the only one I haven't done to like a high level of success. Yeah. Film, writing, special effects, computer animation. Done them all. Worked on Oscar-winning movies, freaking literally run my own special effects studio in Rockaway and Wharton, I should say. Run the largest haunt in New Jersey with 13th Hour. You know, film commercials and stuff with that. Did computer animation for Pixar. Hated it. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's just like all I've wanted to do those comics. That's it. That is it.
Yeah. It was my first love.
It's just such a great storytelling medium, man. There's like nothing like it. You know, it's like maybe it wouldn't have been if like Watchmen and Frank Miller weren't a thing. But once like I realized it could be like really mature on like on a storytelling level, you know, like hit the right pieces of childlike wonder, you know, that Saturday morning cartoon feel, but then also bring in like heavy feels and mood and, you know, themes. And there's just nothing like that, man.
No.
That was it, man. Like I stopped, you know, being a part, like reading comics at all. After like that Dark Reign, Dark Avengers stuff, I kind of was done with it. And then I never really paid attention as to why until like the Your Boy Zach stuff started happening. And then I like kind of realized like it's not that I wasn't around it, you know. You know, I'd still go into game stores, still go do stuff, but I just was not compelled to pick up anything new. And then I realized, oh man, the art's bad, the stories are bad, the characters and what they're doing are lame. Like, you know, there's a few little here and there pieces that get through it, but yeah, man, it's just the quality of everything has just gone down. It even seems like the big events, which I'm not a fan of events. I actually think that's what killed comic books in America compared to manga. Is all manga is just continuation. Every volume's an event, you know. It's, you know, like I'll just use Dragon Ball Z, you know, it's like the Saiyan arc, you know, this arc, you know, and it's it leads up to its own thing. And if they're gonna do some crazy crossover thing, it's its own thing. You know, it's not here pick up 25 different books across 7 different titles.
Yeah, that's something where just yesterday I'm talking to people, and this lady starts talking about how popular anime is, right? Because I end up talking about my comic book or whatever, and she starts immediately going into, you could go like the anime manga route. And I'm like, well, I'm not Japanese, so I have a more Western style. I can't really it feels weird trying to ape that style a little bit. Like, I'm not a fan of it. And then she's like, well, that's what's popular. That's what's popular. And it's like, look, what's popular about anime and manga is just like you were saying, Matt, where it's like when you pick up a new book, you're being brought into a new world. You're going to learn the rules, you're going to learn the characters and stuff like that. American comic books are completely inaccessible to people who are not have been in it for 20 years.
There's no way to, like, if you look at mangas, it doesn't matter what manga it is, right? You go into Barnes and Noble and you go Walk or Borders or some shit.
Yeah.
Borders is nothing anymore, whatever. But it's like they're all the same shape and size. Doesn't matter if their colors are different. All the same shape and size. All have some number value on the side.
Yep. Big numbers.
It's so easy to figure stuff out, and it's almost like you go to the comic book section and it's just 15 billion different size things. There's no concept of, it's like, I've been reading that G. Willow Wilson Poison Ivy, right? And I'm like in Barnes and Noble like the other week, and I'm just like, do I have this one? Do I not? I have no idea which issue. I have to open the book, go to the back, and then find where it tells me what issues it contains, and go, oh yeah, I've read that.
Yeah. So you're currently reading comic books?
Now I am, yeah. Now, I pretty much what I read right now is so I read Lobo, Deathstroke. Right now, I really like Deathstroke because there's a lot of characters that were awesome, and DC just dropped their stories because Jeff Johns moved to other books. So the Jeff Johns Teen Titans run was fucking awesome with Rose and Kid Devil and whatnot.
That's true. Very true.
And then they just, they're like, oh, you're popular. We're getting you the hell over to Aquaman. And then they just never touched Rose again, really. She'd pop up, but they didn't really.
See, but that's another strength of the manga thing where it's like, okay, you got one property. It's typically created by one person, one visionary. He carries it through the whole way. And then it's over. Whereas in America, it's like, what account do you have? Blah, blah, blah. You're moving people around and.
Yeah, it's awful.
How's this creator going to handle this character? And, well, what they just did is now part of the canon.
Well, it's also manga is completely disconnected in what gets picked. They have the shonen and all the different genre magazines.
Mm-hmm.
And so they'll just come out with an issue on that. And if it doesn't hit numbers, that's the end of it.
There you go.
And then, if it hits a certain number and they see that it can be successful, then they keep it going. And, sometimes stuff will end abruptly, but for the most part, if it can stay in the right value and there's just nothing else to it, there's no what I like, what I don't like. It's just, yeah, if your art's good enough, we'll give you a shot. It doesn't matter what the hell your story is. Mm-hmm. And then if it makes the numbers, you're in, and move on. And instead here, it's shit gets picked for the dumbest reasons.
Yeah.
I used to want to work for Marvel.
Yeah, there was a time, right?
They could call me right now. I don't think I'd go.
Well, they moved now, man. Everyone's lost their job. No one's going over there. Their goal was to get everyone to pretty much, leave without having to fire them.
It is kind of sad. New York's going to lose a big part of their identity.
Yeah, it's so crazy. I mean, I guess maybe because Disney has all their own space in California, but I'm like, that's the craziest move of we're in one of the most expensive places in the world to live. Let's go to the most expensive. Like you could go to Georgia or Florida for nothing and cut down on your costs so much. But it's like, no. My guess is that they have to be like going into like a Disney complex that the Disney already pays for, so they can just move them in and not actually have to change their, money they're spending.
Could be.
It's the only way I could see that making sense is they're moving into like a Disney compound, on campus or something, and they're going to have an office somewhere that, already has an office built that Disney already owns everything for.
Well, they are going to Burbank, right?
I actually don't know. I don't know the location off the top of my head. I was relying on Shane Davis for a good part of my update because it's pretty hard with how the comic book media is to get like good information on things.
Well, I had a friend who used to work for DC years ago. Kind of still does. And when they moved out to LA, I think it was LA.
Yeah, they're out there in Cali.
They actually paid him and his family to move out there. And then they were on a book, Legends of the Wonder Woman, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
And right after they killed the book, then they had to move back to Maine on their own damn time.
Yeah. That's kind of what happens is they move them when they move, and they just assume that you're not, crazy enough to do that.
Well, they paid them to move out there.
Yeah, but they that's lucky. But for the most part, even if they're doing that, they assume you're going to look at just how much the expenses go up, and the fact you probably don't know people, and most of your coworkers are gone, and it's new management, which usually means the people who were liked by the last one aren't going to last long. Because that's a huge thing that still blows my mind, but. Out there with all the like producers and like executives and C-suite guys, it's like all they care about is that they can say it's theirs, and to the point where like even if you're the moneymaker, you're gone because you're that guy's moneymaker. Even though that's stupid, and it's like a reasonable person would be like, "Oh shit, that guy makes lots of money. I can claim credit for that. Wonderful." Mm-hmm. Instead, they're like. No. I need to claim credit on some guy that I find specifically, not a guy that is known and been here. And they just lose their jobs.
Sad.
Yeah.
Get your hopes up like that and then just fucking trash it.
Man, I am doing such a shit job, I think.
Whoops. Don't do that, Don. That's fucking stupid.
See, I didn't think I was going to make it on Katie Did's stream this morning. I had just a few minutes. I'd already got a video ready for her and all that because, Katie, she's a big part of the community. She's done a lot for everybody.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure she got her due respect. You know what I mean? At least for me anyway, because she's promoted my show and had me on a few times, and it was very important. But I had stuff I had to get done today, and then as luck would have it, I finally got home and popped in for a few minutes. Katie is one of the best. Why she gets the shit she gets. I mean, I understand why she gets it, but at the same time, I also don't understand why she gets it.
I mean, it depends upon which person's shit we're talking about. Because there's the people who are like, you're not a man, and, comics. And then there's,
jealous.
Other people that don't like the anime and stuff she's into. And there's just a whole,
It's just stupid.
It's just weird that they're so pissed about the anime, right? Like it's fucking Inuyasha or whatever. And I guess he was moderating some forum where they were doing some
it's a reason to complain.
Yeah.
They really got nothing, so they picked that.
I mean, I can't. My whole thing is just don't care. Like, fam, let's not.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Cool.
I don't
All right.
support. I don't support it. It's not my freaking thing. You know, I would never read it. But also, like, why the hell do I give a shit? Like,
It's like, hey,
her
man, whatever turns
job,
you on, man.
her
Shit.
job is, you know, promoting, like, being a really crucial part because she's the middle link. You know, honestly, in Comicsgate, there's a lot of problems, I feel like, in the past because there was no ladder from the top to the bottom. You know, it would just be
Mhm.
like people would come in and they go straight to Ethan. You know, which pisses Ethan off or Shane because they're so successful and so talented, and now all of a sudden they're responsible for someone who isn't ready for it or isn't talented enough or doesn't pull their weight, and then so it becomes big consequences. Where I
Yeah.
feel like Katie did allows like small creators to get their word out in a much more comfortable environment. It's like you get kind of edged in to Comicsgate, even if you've been in the chats and stuff, you get edged in and
Mhm.
you're able to just stick with it and kind of learn the ropes and get your work out there and kind of start to see. And I feel like
Yeah.
with that we end up with less people where they're like, I was on the best show and I was expecting to make hundreds of thousands of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars, and where it's like, no, like you go on her show, you'll see, this is probably your range of what you're looking at and what you're going to have to work past. And
I mean, you're going to get introduced to the audience. There's potential there, but ultimately you're going to have a good pitch and a good product. People are going to have to believe in you,
yeah,
There's a lot that goes into it because not everyone's going to back every single project that just because it's on Katie Did's show.
yeah,
Right.
or that it's Comicsgate. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you got to get out there and hustle. Like, I talk to people. I was on, because I'm on Goth Night every Sunday over on Dr. Ben's channel.
I'm gonna be on that soon at some point when I have a Sunday off.
Yeah, come look at some hot goth chicks and hang out and, talk about weird stuff or whatever we want. But, yeah, it comes up where, I don't know, there's been a lot of neggers lately. Like,
Yeah.
people just, like, they feel the need to remind me, like, you're not going to make $100,000, right? And I'm at the point where I'm like, fuck you, maybe I will. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How about I'm going to make $1 million? How do you like that answer? You
Well,
know what I mean?
even if you don't, you can still end up doing the Von Coleman method, I call it, which is if you have a good book, go hit the convention circuit, man.
We'll hit the conventions, but this
Go
is what
make
I was going
fans
to get
piece
at.
by
Like,
piece.
the fact that I am a hotel bartender and I interact with new people on a weekly basis, you know what I mean? And have these conversations. I'm going to get 2 or 3 backers a day. You know what I mean? Like when I'm working. There's so many times because people see, I'm showing people in real life my artwork on my phone and stuff, like, check this out. And they're like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
They're about it. I've been, cold pitching to people for a while. So by the time my actual campaign gets rolling, I'm like, I feel like it's
You'll
gonna
be good to go.
it's gonna have some momentum.
Yeah, a pitch is one of the hardest things to do too.
Yeah.
Takes practice.
That's what I'm saying. I think the idea for a lot of people of maybe having like Vasilis does a lot of digital content, and it's like I feel like go do like little digital 10-page things for your side stuff or a cool story short, maybe not even a preview of your book, but just a cool sub story that pull them in. Like, I don't know if we're talking your book like Revenant Steel, it's like you have this story, but maybe you just do a little short with that paladin guy from before he gets there.
Well,
And you gotta do like a 10-page badass,
yeah.
like Paladin versus a bunch of undead or some shit, and it's just brutal. You get to, you have like something quick and easy, simple, that can show off, maybe some quick, good character writing and some awesome dynamic, violence. And hopefully people see that and they're like, wow, he can pull it off. Awesome.
Yeah.
That guy knows what he's doing.
No, that's what the preview book that I made. So it's going to be 8 pages of Revenant Steel. And Revenant Steel, it's a labor-intensive artwork for me because I've just decided that's what it needs to look like. It needs to be black and white hashing all over it and stuff like that. But I'm gonna have another I'm gonna have a surprise 8-page story in there too.
That's what.
That's just way less detailed artwork. It's gonna be looking more like, Mobius inspired kind of deal. So just so I can get it quick out there, it's gonna be fun.
God, this is pissing me off. I cannot figure out what I'm doing with this hand, at all.
We all have days like that, dude.
What hand is he doing?
Well, it's just a basic, she's gonna be strutting, and then that hand there is gonna have a gun. I might position it better, but I'm just I don't know on this side what I'm trying to. God damn it!
Well, if one hand's up, so where are her legs going? If the one leg's going forward, that hand's gonna have to be going back, right? So you already know you're dealing with that angle.
Yeah.
And if the one hand is up, the other one has to be down, unless she's really trying to get everyone's attention. So having it come back, and then you're making it easier on yourself because you're basically just draw the thumb, and then figure out where the fingers are going to go.
I think I might have figured this out. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, man, the fucking inspiration is not with me tonight.
That happens to me every now and then. I'm getting up such a way I just can't do shit.
You get like that. If it's really bad, sometimes you just gotta put it down and walk away.
I don't even think it's bad. I'm just trying to figure out how, because she's a character that's her thing is that she makes clones of herself. That's usually it's really easy. The more interesting power is for a pinup piece, the easy, it's if I have a guy who's I'm on fire. It's oh, okay. There's a billion, dynamic action shots that come into my head that play that up. But it's no, this is a character built on sex appeal and authority and guns. you know, and so it's all right.
Cat, what are you doing? What do you want? What?
What's she doing with her face?
What, her?
Because I'm just thinking, okay, maybe if she's putting her hand up and running it through her hair or something like that, or if her hand's doing something, maybe she's got it in her clothes or something. Maybe she's hooking a piece of her clothing with her thumb or doing something sexy.
I like where you're taking this.
Look at you, man. Composition. No, I can't do the hair thing with her. That's she is sexy, but she's trying to be an alpha male. She's almost hates the fact that she's like that. Whereas for instance, here, if I was doing Azur Rain here, Azur Rain's the one who would be doing the sex appeal stuff.
Yeah.
She'd be the one who'd be running her hand through her hair because she knows it'll manipulate someone into getting what she wants.
Maybe bringing the hand up. So I don't know. Is she holding anything else? She's holding documents. I don't know.
Not those documents.
I think I'm getting somewhere with it. I think I found. Oh yeah, so I was meaning to ask you because I know Dr. Ben is still needs to get me payment for he wants to attend the Warlock Awards. Are you or
does he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are you or Michael looking to do that too or no?
It's something that's I'm do I need to do it?
You need to know, but at the
I'm like, I'm back and forth on the idea because I feel like I'm going to have a lot of fun regardless of if I go to a Warlock of Wards, right? It would be kind of fun to be on the other side because I've served plenty of these events. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm usually the guy putting the plates together and being like, Jesus Christ, it's going to be cold by the time they get it. You know what I mean? Like, anywho, like, it'd be kind of fun to be on the other side of that a little bit. But maybe.
Also, it's going to be live streamed. You're going to be there with all the big pros, like side by side, sitting at a table, full open bar. So drink till your heart's content. Everyone's.
And we say full open bar. Are we just just mixers, or are we shaking cocktails?
No, top shelf. Whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
I spared no expense, which is why it's so fucking expensive.
Look, if you do me a favor, okay, I want you to tell them to infuse some vermouth with coffee. All right.
What are you trying to do? Like espresso martinis or some shit?
No. Espresso martini's different. This is my own drink. It's called a Cafe Boulevardier.
Wow.
So you make a Boulevardier, but you use coffee infused vermouth. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds so fancy.
Super simple. It just takes like 20 minutes of prep because you just, stir the vermouth with the coffee and then press it out.
Yeah, I was trying to get them because, this will be the first time Scribe and I will be meeting in real life. And, we've both worked at, such a high level in the culinary industry. And,
yeah.
And so we were I was trying to see if they'd let us, go into and use the kitchen, and do a CG kitchen. Well, I think I can get away with it.
Do like a live stream kitchen event?
Well, so think of this, right? Like Ethan or Mange are doing a stream, they're up there on their panel, and then partway through it, how Ethan will every now and then he'll just pay money to bring horrible fast food to people.
Ooh, do you want to do Iron Chef CG?
I don't think I could pull that off. I'd love to, but I don't think
so.
I don't think we could do a full cooking competition. I'd have to raise so much money.
Well, how many people would it be involved? It would be me because I'm definitely entering. All right, Scribe,
and then me probably.
You.
I don't know.
It's like a three.
Ray's there. Ray probably.
Ray cooks.
Yeah, Ray cooks all the time.
Let's go, bud. Let's go. Let's do a CG Iron Chef, and then you can have Shane and Ethan and them judge the food.
No, I just wanted to surprise them, while they're in there and everyone's probably tuning into their streams and doing shit.
Yeah.
And they're in person and just randomly come in with whatever crazy ass meal we came up with and just drop it on them all in the middle.
Right.
This would be in the middle. It's here's your duck and ghost pepper quesadillas. Where the fuck?
Dude, I made a poached shrimp Benedict one time with a red-eye tasso gravy. That was freaking probably the best thing I've ever had in my whole life. I've never topped it, I don't think. That gravy I made was incredible.
I think the best thing I probably made was on Fox News.
Oh, yeah?
It led to me and Chef Eric Levine breaking up. Yeah. So we would, every station in his restaurants would, you would pretty much design a seasonal menu. Obviously he had to approve, but pretty much, I'm the meat guy when it comes to high end, this is worst overhead cost. That was me. I was the guy who had to handle that. And for whatever reason, man, he just really wanted a seasonal burger. So I did a surf and turf burger where I made a bourbon ceviche, using scallops and shrimp and little freaking snow crab. And
that sounds really good.
So I put that on there, and then the burger itself was
any cheese? No cheese?
Hold on. So the burger itself was bacon infused. It was a fattier chuck. And so you get that salt from that. And then I used a smoked Gouda on it. So it'd be burger, smoked Gouda. The surf and turf would sit on top of it. And then I made, oh my God, it was, I'm going to butcher that freaking.
Waiting for the sauce. That's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, no, it's a tomatillo and papaya. I always get papaya and paella mixed up on the tongue. So pretty much blend that up. and little black garlic in there with it, just a whole mess of stuff, and pretty much it'd be that, the burger, and that on there. And
Yeah, that
he
sounds great.
he hated me because the professional wrestler Chris Jericho.
Yes.
So Chris Jericho and a bunch of his friends, and then some of Chef Eric's, like, I don't even, he says they're friends, but culinary rivals. They all came in to eat, and pretty much Chris Jericho was eating at the restaurant as cover for like one of his WWE comebacks. It's like, I'm not there. I'm like in New Jersey, even though I can drive like 20 minutes and be in New York.
Right.
So they come in and they get a chef's table, and Chef Eric's like making all these roulades and stuff. That's like, and he's like bragging. And so, obviously everyone wants that. And then Chris Jericho's wife orders my burger, and she gets it. And, everyone goes to eat their stuff, and, his colleagues are kind of like, yeah, it's all right. And then she eats my burger, and she's just like, oh my God, this is incredible.
Hell yeah.
And Chris is like, oh, let me have a taste. And then literally they come over, and the whole table ends up having, like, devours her burger. And then they all just ordered the burger. And that their whole table was my burger after that.
Right.
And he got so fucking pissed. And then shortly after, he went on Fox News. Like he would do, like, you do this like press media. I'm gonna show you some dishes.
Yeah.
And he just bullshitted. He made up a story. He's on there, and then he's like, yeah, my book's coming out. Every dish has a story to it. And they're like, oh, this burger, what's the story with that? And he's like, makes up some story of how he created it. He didn't change a goddamn thing. I came up with that burger. And okay, you don't have to give me credit. Like, you don't have to be like, Matt Rumor came up with the burger, but you could fucking actually just be like, yeah, well, me and the guys at the restaurant, put together, actually throw your own business up there. But no, he was so petty over it. It like really fucking pissed me off. Pretty much the whole restaurant staff were livid over it. And thereafter, we had a 975 cover night, and shit was going to hell. And the grill was getting fucked up, and I was trying to talk to him about it, and he just walked off. So I said, fuck it, I'm done. And but man, that burger, I think I've cooked better stuff, but having a whole group of like James Beard Award winners and shit all at this table, pretty much from a chef who's like one of the best in the industry and a celebrity chef, take my like stop eating his food to start eating that, and then it gets national television. Is pretty cool. So that's the thing, man. When COVID was going on, my mother-in-law came to live with us, and like cooking got me through that, man. And I cooked that one night, and she's like, I don't eat shrimp. And I'm like, okay, sure, all right. And then I put it on a slider, and I stuck it to her anyway. And I listened to her go, oh my God, this is so good. Oh, what is in this? And I'm like, shrimp.
Shrimp is in it, among other things.
Yeah.
But,
all right, I think I got this post down finally.
I didn't work in too many like nice kitchens before I was just like, I'm gonna be front of house now.
It doesn't matter if you're in a nice kitchen or not, man. French Laundry, it's just brutal. It's just brutal hours, brutal stuff. Like even though at high ends you get to really play with like the components of things and like make cool things, it's just, unless you are the owner, it's not the case. And even then, when I was working with like Eric Levine, we had like an investment group, and they were like Indians, and they didn't fucking understand like the appeal of the restaurants because it was like a gourmet gastropub. And they were just like, oh, you need to bring in more Indian food. And then it's like, add penny puri. And it's like, no one ordered it. It's been 2 months. No one has ordered that because no one's coming to eat penny puri. Like, and now we wasted all this.
You need to import more of your people before we sell the penny puri.
Well, no, it's just none of their people would come to this. Why would they? Like, we live in an area where there's plenty of amazing Indian restaurants.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like some award-winning ones. So it's just like, why would they? And don't get me wrong, like we did a seasonal where we traveled the world pretty much. like Chef Eric sent me to Texas. I became like a pit master, got that stuff out there, did butcher training. But then we were out like Vietnam, and we were out in India, and we were freaking in Italy. We went to like all these places to pick up like all their cool street foods, and we did a street food menu from around the world. And even then, it was like the only thing that was selling that was Indian is we did like this Bombay sandwich, where we pretty much like would to order make the naan, and then we build like a naan pita pocket of like all these different veggies, and then we'd melt fresh mozzarella over it because why the fuck not? And we'd have like a spice and a pesto over it, so it'd be like zucchini and eggplant and like all the different types of tomatoes and all these things and roasted peppers, and then you're bringing in like Indian spices with it, and it was a vegetarian one, and that was good, but it sold only because it was a vegetarian option that, like, even if you don't know Indian culture, like the random, hippie girl who comes in with her rich date would, look at that and go, I like those things.
Yeah. Oh, it's an Indian vegan dish?
They wouldn't even know it was Indian. They would just like because all the girls who worked on wait staff would order it all the time too.
Yeah. But those were trendy for a minute, right? Having like vegan Thai restaurants. It was Thai, wasn't it? Wasn't even.
No. Vegan stuff is still like if you're Asian.
I remember being drugged to a couple of Indian places where it's like it's vegan.
Yeah, I need my chicken, man. As much as I love my paneer, it's like I need that meat, man.
You're all making me hungry.
Yeah, sorry. That can happen. That's why when I get on stream with Scribe, that's like all we talk about is restaurant shit. I mean, I loved cooking because it was like, the closest thing next to drawing. Like I love creating and then seeing how the creation actually turns out in real time.
I'm at a point where it's like, okay, what kind of business could I run? I'm eyeing doing like a small pizza business. I'm like,
do a food truck.
Well, I'm going to do some pop-ups first, do some pop-up events. I've been pricing out the food truck game. I'm like, okay, it could be a lot cheaper if I mod it myself. I could get a decommissioned FedEx truck for like $5,000 on eBay Motors,
I mean, I have one for you. You could pick up for like $5,000 out here.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. If you come out, if you want to drive it back. Yeah. Well, my family, we run like the largest food truck festivals around. And,
dude, shoot me some info on it. I might actually legitimately be interested in that.
There's what we do like charity work for the Randolph, for a lot of, but this one specifically, for the first responders.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy who runs it, his son, who's also a first responder, he like put himself through school by getting like a hot dog food truck. Like he did snow cones and hot dogs. So it's got like the Steam decks and stuff in it, and it works perfectly. But he doesn't do that anymore, and he just has it. He's been like trying to sell it, but a lot of the people won't buy it because they don't want to mod one, But it's
but I could, because all I want to do is I want to put a couple of mini deck ovens, right?
Yep.
I found these 2-foot by 2-foot deck ovens because I want to make pizzas, man.
Yeah.
I think I make good enough I think I make some of the best pizzas you'd find in this city, in Columbus.
Well, what city are you in?
I'm in Columbus.
Columbus, Ohio?
Ohio. And I make an East Coast style pizza. I got sourdough crust, and there's like maybe 2 places in the city that would have pizza as good as mine.
Yeah, Jersey's where the best pizza's at.
I am looking forward to going to Jersey. But yeah.
So there was a while, like it's funny, we only do food truck festivals because effectively when I was getting out of the restaurant game, I was like, no, I want to open my own food truck. Like the overhead's cheap and I can do some really great stuff.
Right.
And I wanted to do like a crazy take on my wife's a really good baker. She does a lot of stuff, but she's like her family has like
your audio's cutting out.
No, it's just because I'm looking the other way. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
my dog. I'm like looking at my dog trying to rip her ear off and itching. So her whole family's like German patissiers, and they like she can do pastry shit like nobody else, and so they have these German meat pies They just do these like hand dough things that they make, and they like glaze them up with like butter. And I'm just like, oh my god, that's what we should do. I wanted to get a dragon egg mold, so it looks like the dragon eggs from Game of Thrones.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
You stuff them with different toppings, and you do like a hot honey butter over the top of them.
Dude, that was similar to an idea, because one of my first ideas earlier on was like, if I could do some like hot pockets.
Yeah.
Like cool hot pockets. Do you know what pinwheels are?
Yeah.
But then I saw those because I was seeing those crispy pizza guys up in New York, their TikToks, and they were talking about their pinwheels. So I made some with my pizza dough, and I'm like, these are freaking incredible.
Yeah. No, man, there's so many cool things if you can do it well, but I was literally like talking to my mom. I'm like, hey, like this is what I'm thinking of. And she's like, that's stupid. And I was like, no, just look, like, let me show you these analytics. And she was like, I don't believe you. And I'm like, let's go to Philly. And then like a year later, we were free shop festivals.
There you go.
But yeah, no, I wanted to do it for so long, but I like more and more. I'm just like, nah, I think I'm just only going to cook for fun.
Yeah.
Like there's just something about it that kind of kills passion when you're just on a clock and cooking for people who don't even understand why something's good.
Yeah,
and sort of be like, I want a well done steak, and I'd just be like, you fucking suck, go away. Like, what are you doing,
dude? And I'm at this hotel bar now where it's like, okay, I'm making money because I'm the only dude here serving everybody. I don't have to split anything and yada yada. But the cooks are fucking crackheads. You just fucked up the 5th steak tonight, and I'm like, like if they would have paid me better, I could have been. I don't know, man.
Nah, even the hotel that I do accounting and stuff for with Marriott has like this crazy bar. It was in Ireland, like it existed in Ireland, operated for hundreds of years, and they broke it down brick by brick and rebuilt it in the hotel, called the Ald Shabeen, and they're always looking for a kitchen manager. Like even right now, they're like, yeah, $80,000 a year do this job, and I'm just like, that's some nice chunk of no. What are you thinking? Don't do that. Go away,
no.
Get out of there. Run for the hills.
It's like, okay, are you ready to work 75 hours a week? Trying to manage it? Are you ready to have headaches all the time?
Yeah. Not about it anymore.
I drifted in and out of restaurant, like doing the management thing, and I'm like, ugh. No.
Yeah, my favorite place doing any type of kitchen management was like restaurant stuff was like Bonefish Grill and Outback.
Oh yeah.
That's the only place where you do kitchen management. You're just pretty much doing the prep for the day and making sure all the food orders are right. And then, pretty much once like the rush hits, you're just refilling and making sure everything's like, stocked and ready for it. And then like, the front of house manager comes in and takes over and expedites, and then you're out of there. And it was just like, I'd come in the morning, I'd get in like 5:30 in the morning, just put my music on and, go through my checklist and start prepping everything, start cutting all the steaks. I don't even know if they still do that or if they prepackage them now. But you used to have to butcher them. They'd, pretty much come in and have logs of it and be like, all right, let me butcher out all the fillets. Let me butcher out all the, but yeah.
Well, speaking of 5:30 a.m., I think I'm actually gonna make myself take a nap.
Shit. Yeah.
I got some midget wrestling to watch tonight.
Oh, dude.
I got like 2 hours, and then I'm feeding my dogs.
Yeah.
And then I have to get back to work, and then I'll sleep around 12.
Yeah, I gotta force myself to get to sleep too. Shit.
It's like on golf night, we came up with this idea. It's like we should do a midget wrestling comic book. Because I'm like, think of all the different like body types you see in midget wrestling. Like we started looking up videos and stuff. Like some of these dudes have full size hands, and like how do you fight that?
You don't. You dodge. Duck dodge.
Like this could be a really fun thing. So I told the guys, I'm like, look, most of my time is spent on Revenant Steel. I've been looking for something I could do quick. You guys come up with the script, character designs, stuff like. Let's see how quickly we could team up and make a comic book happen. So now we got a midget wrestling concept going, and I'm gonna go see a live event. I found one near me, like 20 minutes away.
You were actively searching for this.
Well, it didn't take long. You know, I just searched midget wrestling Ohio, and it's like calendar of events. And I'm like, oh wow, next week there's one 20 minutes away at a brewery. Let's show up.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah,
That's
man.
great.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. So hopefully, you know, the
And
boys
that's what
come
it's
up
all
with a good
about,
title
right?
for it, because
Having the
I'm not
fun.
doing that. We'll see.
If you're not having fun, what's the point?
Right? It's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, take care, guys.
You too, man. Thanks for popping on.
Absolutely.
Well, dude, I think I'm gonna haul ass
Yeah.
too.
No problem.
Did you wanna? Can I see what you were doing?
Yeah, I'm like nowhere on it. Yeah.
All right, let me see.
I can begin it. I'm just laying out pieces of it and kind of getting some posing down. I was kind of working on the head a little bit and just laying that in a little bit before I
Yeah, you're getting there.
busted my inks out.
You're getting there. I got most of the coloring done on this.
Yeah. Yellow, huh? Yellow, black, and green. Red. Kind of reminds me a bit of Terra from like Teen Titans.
Well, I don't suppose that's a bad thing. Well, Matt, thanks for popping on, man.
Yeah.
And dude, I hope your life gets a little better with the whole thing there.
Yeah. Look, man, it's been it's been like it since, you know, we started, you know, trying to make this event happen. I just, you know, it's like weird that it started up again now. I don't know if it's because I did some like radio appearance, like advertisement stuff. It's just strange to me that it's been all these months and now all of a sudden they're like, now we're going to write Caesars.
Yeah, it is a little weird. Well, I mean, maybe it's building up some hype, you know?
Yeah, that was my hope. I was like, oh, maybe this gets worse and I can get a better thing with like Fox News and get on there and get like an Eric July prime time. Like,
There you go.
yeah.
All right, man. Well, look, hopefully I'll holler at you later. And
All right.
have a good one, man.
Yeah, you too, man.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Good night, everybody.